Hi, everybody. This is Sean. Thanks for tuning in. Today, we're going to talk about updates to the AquaWizard.wad video game. Um, it is a WAD for Hexen, a mod file for Hexen, and we've been recording a bunch of developer log updates, and this is kind of continuing that series with the latest version. This new version, just to kind of sum it up in a couple of words, we've goofed around with some graphics and experimenting with ally bots. So I guess it might just be more fun to start right with the demonstration of it. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. Load this up here. Do. All right, so I'll turn down the music just so I can hear my own thoughts. But as you can see, I have amateurishly recolored a lot of various aspects of Hexen, and that's purely out of just the sheer number of graphics that are in Hexen. I just kind of did a fast, lazy job. So we'll see that be implemented here. The other cool thing is ally bots, and I was able to figure out how to summon them, which is kind of fun. So we've got some weird colorations here, as you can see. And let's see the ally bot. Thanks for saving me. Let me help before I go. Wait, where's the bot? Where'd he go? So as we could see already... Oh, there he is. Behavior's a little weird. And then they are full-blown murder machines, basically. So once they decide to attack something, they really fuck their shit up. Yes, let me get it. It's really distracted right now. I don't know if this is just too open world for it, and it's running around, not doing its job right now, but I kind of like it. I think it's very charming, and when it actually works, it's actually kind of very helpful. So let me get to the next part of the level. There's a couple of, in addition to its funky behavior, it's supposed to come next to you and just hang out with you, but sometimes it gets a little confused and runs around. So this project, somebody worked on it, 10 years ago, and then they promised, oh yeah, I'm still working on it. I'm going to have, a whole new version that works so much better. It's going to be awesome. And then they still haven't released it, and that was, last update was, 5 years ago. So one bug is I don't know how to get them to persist from one level to the next. So if I leave a level and then go back, like you do in Hexen, it's where did the bot go? I'm not sure. One time when I was playing this, I had the bot come back, but I don't know why it decided to come back. So it was a little weird. But so I just assume every level will have the music trigger generate a bot. This is kind of funny. This bot where I have it spawn, it gets obsessed with killing this guy in particular, but this bookcase thing is in the way. And he just can't quite figure out how to get around the bookcase, and I just think that's hilarious. So he's a little stuck right now. If I push him, I don't know if I can push him. Go over there. You got it, buddy. There you go. See? He got it. And now he's running around. He's trying to find other baddies and that sort of thing. So another bug is I have all these portals implemented so that if I walk through here, but as you can see, he can walk through the portal, but he does not know that there's a monster on the other side of the portal. Just like the monsters can't really figure out how to go through the portals to chase after you, because their pathfinding is assuming that you have a Euclidean, a normal world of that sort of thing. So I guess it'll just kind of be a challenge to figure out oh shit, those still hurt you whenever they throw those those little bombs. But maybe this will be some sort of challenge where we have, like... The other thing, too, is that they can teleport if they feel like it. So you can walk to an area where they can't really get to, and then if he really wants to, he'll teleport. So there he goes. Where is he? There he is. He just gets obsessed with killing all of the monsters. And they have, like, infinite ammo, and as far as I can tell, they have, like, a lot of health. Or they're just really good at dodging attacks or something like that. But anyway, yeah, that's basically it. I'll just finish this part of the level real quick just so we can see some more updates, I suppose. Okay, I'm here in another level here. I can take care of this guy. I gotta work on where they spawn. And I'm also just, like, learning how to throw up text on the screen, so you can change all that, but let's see. I had him spawn somewhere. There he is. This level is really confusing for the bots because of all the portals, you know, the going into a room that's bigger on the inside kind of a thing. But luckily with all the teleporting that they can do, like, they can kind of follow you around, which is pretty cool. So he'll teleport in here eventually. He can even shoot through the portals, which I find is kind of... I think it's because of the geometry of the level. Like, I don't know if you can tell what I'm doing here, but that green line is basically a portal door. Well, it's really a locked door, but it goes to a portal that goes over here. And because it's, you know, if you're on the right side and you're going left, it'll shoot in the general direction and just happen to get to the right place. So that's kind of neat. So there, he's just like, I don't know how to get there, I'll portal. Or I'll teleport. So I'll continue along here. I need the steel key, I forgot to pick that up. Zoop. Oh, there it is. See, this video game's gonna be so challenging and fun for people, because they're gonna be like, where's the key? And they're like, oh, I just couldn't see it. I'm having so much fun. Anyway, I don't need to really do this. But let's go back to here, unlock the next part, the frozen world part. Oh, by the way, I recolored this tree, but I don't know how to get the tree. It just didn't change colors for some reason. I'm not really sure why. It's not that I intended that tree to be a different color or anything. Oh, this one I forgot to set its correct spawn location, so he spawns over here when you get him. Sometimes they teleport into walls and they get stuck, but thankfully the teleport thing will eventually activate. And they'll figure it out. Oh, gosh, these Wendigoons just really mess your stuff up, but now it's too late for him to do anything about it. So some other interesting behaviors with these bots. Again, this is a Hex and Ally bots version 2.1. Actually, I'm not sure if I mentioned that at all. This is like the current least buggy version, but it's only non-buggy if you choose the fighter. If you choose the cleric or mage class, for some reason they like to infight. So I think there's something about the different classes that they'll start doing friendly fire. The programmer who did this mod tried to get friendly fire to not hurt you, but unfortunately sometimes it does hurt you. You can hurt the bot if you feel like it. If I can get him. There we go. And it's interesting because you can kill him pretty easily. So I know we can probably mess around with the parameters. He's so fast, I can't get him at all. But anyway, oh, that was close. Whatever. I'll go to the next level. Zoop. Thanks for saving me. I think he'll have to teleport over here. He probably will soon. Maybe. I don't know. I hate these guys. Why did I put these guys in here? Because they're the ice-themed guys, so I'm just going to try to get through here quickly. Maybe the bot will come rescue me. Hopefully. I gotta get out of here. Okay, there we go. Some other interesting behavior. Let's see if I can show this at all. I'm not sure if I can. Is they don't really wake up enemies the same way that you do. So if you have like a sleeping enemy like this guy, eventually the bot will come over here. But he won't be able to wake up enemies, and he'll just like obsessively try to attack them in their like invulnerable state. Oh shoot, I forgot about all these monsters. But here, I'll just let the bot take care of all these bad guys. And then something that's kind of a treat is going to this like final showdown level here. If you've seen the past episodes, is I've basically smushed all the levels together. But yeah, I can spawn. I put like a bunch of music or a bunch of trigger objects in here, and let's see if I can get some more. Oh, I got totally destroyed. Let me load this back up. Okay. Oops, wrong button. Okay, let's see here. We can change this text. It can be funny to have like a bunch of interesting messages for them to say. Gosh, where is the triggers? It's fine. I think you get the idea. Let me demonstrate. Like, let's say you're a mage, and you try to summon the AI bot. It will primarily try to attack the bad guys, and then when he gets done with the bad guys, he's like, "You're kind of a bad guy too, right?" And then he'll start attacking you. As you can see, I'm not getting hurt, even though he's attacking me, which is nice. But then occasionally, like, that attack really F's your shit up, so we'll have to work around that, because like I said, the mod has not really been updated in a while. So what I was thinking is, like, we could, like, make it so that, you know, we encourage you to choose the fighter, and then if you pick cleric or mage, the message that pops up will say something like, and we can change this message, that's kind of bad grammar, but what was I saying? We could maybe do it to where we encourage you to pick the fighter. Like, I don't know. We could put something in the graphics here that says, you know, friendly, and then maybe like evil. So like maybe the message when you like free these guys could pop up, and instead of saying thanks for saving me, it could be like, wait, why did you save me? I hate mages, or something like that. And then that explains why the AI bot inexplicably wants to kill you. So, but at least the fighter guy, it is friendly with the fighter guy. So there's that. There's one other thing I kind of want to talk about, and that is the new structure that I'm going to have to kind of fine-tune. It does work, and I think I'll upload this, but what I had been uploading was to the shared beta folder was .wad files. .wad is like the original file lump that has a bunch of files inside of it. So here's our original .wad. This mod uses some old school ZDoom modding techniques. So these are actually outdated modding techniques, but generally ZDoom. So I guess technically this is a mod for Hexen on ZDoom, or one of the derivatives of ZDoom. ZDoom tries hard to be compatible with past versions so that you can open up a really old mod from like the 90s and it still works like as intended. That's like, I can't guarantee that it works like that all the time, obviously, but it's something that they try to do, is back compatibility, I think. And anyway, so this is kind of like an old school version of the way you would mod this by using the decorate, whatever this is called, file. So what I had to do is I took their mod, which is like a zipped file, basically. It's a compressed folder. This folder is what you load up in ZDoom or GZDoom or UZDoom. Um, and it's just a folder that contains files and folders. And the .wad is just treated as a file inside of it, which you can open up that file, which then contains more files. So here's something else that I did. I don't think I did this in the last video, but I was like theorizing about it. Is what if I just took all the graphics from Hexen, put them in here, and then did a basic mod? And I started working on it, but I didn't go too far. I mostly changed like the title. As you could see, I changed the title colors just using the built-in recoloring tools. And this is not very hard to do since I have the Hexen WAD, which you need to run the mod. So I could just copy those over. Probably in our final version, we don't want to include any original assets because I guess that would technically be a copyright violation. Whereas a derivative work, I think no one's going to care that we're distributing a modified version of the base assets. If somebody does end up caring, then that means we'll have to create our own assets. But I think Hexen is such an old game. It's not like it's out of copyright or anything like that. It's just more of one of those things of like they don't mind. I don't think anyone's going to come after us and say, hey, you need to take this down. Because there's so many mods that use the base assets and then do things like add frames in between their walking animation. And clearly that's technically a copyright violation to do that, but nobody has taken those mods down in years, so I don't think anybody's going to care. So if we just turned everything blue or purple or green or whatever, like that's fine, I think. But we probably want to remove all of the unmodified assets. So if we don't modify, I just copied all of them because I didn't know which ones I wanted to change. But so if we don't modify the Centaur, we don't need to include those assets. And that makes the final file a little bit smaller too, which is good. Let me think. I'll kind of explain this a little bit, but kind of the way that the ally bot works is it basically says, hey, include these mod text files, and these mod text files do things like define actors, and an actor is a class in Hexen or ZDoom, whatever. Code stuff. Something I noticed was neat is that when they generate, you can actually notice that mage was blue when it was spawned, and they have. I think in my last video I was like, I don't really know what the deal is with these. I don't have them here, but there's like color maps, and I guess the idea behind them is you could take one base thing, like I don't know if I could find. Here's the mage, for example, one base color, and then apply a color map to it so that it turns it into like a red mage or a yellow mage or something like that. I think they've been generating just blue, so maybe there's like a bug with generating different colors, or maybe you have to. I don't know. I don't really know how it works, but I just wanted to say that they put in some thought into, here's how you would use the color map to turn it into a green mage or a red mage or whatever. So, but yeah, basically modifying the code that says here's what the actors and classes are and here's all of their behaviors. And the way ZDoom kind of runs it is it opens up Hexen as the base WAD for, here's Hexen is kind of like the default, and then it loads up the folder. It gets told, hey, include all of this stuff, create new classes, and also include all of the assets that are in the WAD. So, oh, I remember what else I wanted to say. For each map, to get this to work, the script is really easy. You just have to. So I had the script already. So when you walk over the mushroom, it triggers a script, and so then it plays the sounds. It forces the mage to get spawned. I have to change its coordinates there. That's why I keep spawning in a weird place, but I'll figure it out. And then I have the font, like the text scroll pop up, and I just kind of copied from a tutorial. So that's why it's all commented and stuff. But yeah, just change the message there. And this basically just tells it, hey, scroll across the screen, wait a bit, and then hang on the screen for a couple seconds saying, thanks for saving me, let me help. So we can modify all of those, which is really fun. I implemented some messages. All I did is just modify them to say AquaWorld and stuff like that. I don't know. It's kind of silly, but let's see what else. So scripting-wise, it's very easy to have them spawn in. I just need to adjust where they spawn. We could adjust the message, like I said. Yeah, that I think is basically all of the updates. I changed up some of the music, but not too much. So yeah, that's kind of it for this update. I think this will be a lot of fun to kind of mess around with this. I think this just gives us a lot of components to kind of bring this all together. It follows the wizardy theme. There's all of the audio stuff that we can do. The graphics can be customized. It's cool because it's like, I don't know, at least for me, it's not so complex, like trying to learn how do you make stuff in Unity, or how do you do stuff in, some other game engine that's way, you can do way more in those games, but I don't know, it's just something, it's probably just a generational thing. Like, I played this game as a kid, so I just remember just being amazed by the chunky graphics and everything. And so it tickles a certain part of your brain to be able to be like, all right, I can go in and I can change the words and I can change how stuff works. So, but yeah, I think that's pretty much all I had to say for this one. I think the next, we can work on graphic ideas. We could probably start coming up with like story, like maybe we'll have like a video game Bible or something like that. That's like, here's what we're trying to do with it, and we have these components that we want to try to do. I had some thoughts about like the ally bots. If it works out, it's more of a goal of unlocking the ally bots to get rid of the bad guys, rather than being like a shoot 'em up, difficult game. I'd rather be more like a logic puzzle kind of game where you go around. I don't really like mazes, but I do like the portals that help like change the way that you perceived the environment. So like walking into a room that's bigger on the inside, or that the fourth level where all of it gets smushed together and it's all glitchy and it's like this unrealistic, hell world, I guess. Water hell world somehow. It could be neat to just, rather than having to defeat all of those enemies, which is challenging even for me as like somebody who, as you could see, like all these videos, I always die on this level because it's just out of nowhere suddenly, lots of difficult bad guys. And so anyway, I think, yeah, if we come up with kind of a direction for this and kind of decide, all right, how much do we want to modify in terms of the graphics. Um, and then what else do we want to do with secrets, if we want to include any sort of like bonus tracks. I kind of have a bonus track in the fourth one with that unreleased song being the music for that. But anyway, okay, I think it's like the 12th time I've said it, but I think that's all I have to say now. So, all right, thanks for watching. More to come soon, maybe, if we have time. If we don't have time, then I guess we'll just do music or something boring like that. But anywho, have a good day.